Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Starters Orders Jump Save in the UK. And some fun 4-year-olds, as I say, starting to come into an interesting part of the schedule too. Now we've got Cheltenham right around the corner. Not too much there that I think we should run. But I don't know. I really think there might be one race to sneak in that I haven't really looked at in all seriousness. And I feel like we can. I just don't know about the dates. So currently, we do have some nice races. Nothing superb, just a couple of juveniles, a couple of novices, little feature races here and there. I don't feel that's a bad option. I was thinking about the schedule and just Cheltenham. So there's the hurdle, a little over 2 miles. That is something that could be run. And then there's the mare's hurdle, which again would be really tough, but like could be run. Now it is for 4-year-olds and up. There's just not really any 4-year-olds in these races or likely to be in these races. So I'm not sure that it fully makes sense. But part of me wants to try. And I think it's maybe not a terrible idea. Dramster, sure. Very high potential. Purple Searcher, very high potential. Caracan and Peanut Butter, not quite as high. Even though they're 4-year-old and up races, it doesn't really feel this early in the season that I should be kind of targeting them at age 4. I think they might be better 5, 6, even up to like 8 or 9. That just seems kind of the right place for it. That does kind of seem the right place for it. On the flip side, we've also got then the Aintree hurdle on this, April 7th. That might be another one we could target, but again, I just don't feel that's going to be a good one. So I'm not sure that entirely suits either. So that does put us in a bit of an interesting place. But even though there are races for 4-year-olds, there are races for 5-year-olds and up, I just don't know if any of the 4s and ups I really want to be running until I'm 6 anyway. Which feels weird. It does feel weird. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, weigh in on that in the chat. And again, is there an argument to make those 5 and up or 6 and up races? Is there an argument to make them 4 only? I'm really not 100% sure. Kind of what I want to do with that. But okay. First race, like this is a step up. And I know that unless we kind of dominate this, then there's really no point in trying a grade 1 4-year-old and up. That just is not going to end out well for us. But we're a solid horse. We're not amazing. We're solid. Couple of nice horses in this field. Nothing's moved up to a graded level, but yeah. It's going to be a bit difficult for us to really chase down the top couple of horses in this field, I think. But it would give us a good level to aim for. So the Premier Kelso Hurdle is supposed to be a G2, but it's not. A Class 2 novice for 4-year-olds and above. 2 mile, 2 furlongs for Beanut Putter, which I think is about right in terms of distance. So we will be the favourite. I'm not sure we should be. And we do start out on the cross country here in Ireland. Solid first jump going towards the front of the group and then back into the middle of the pack. Hatha Blonde will lead us out. Galmusha walks. Kurumos, Mike Irish, Endless Chimes, Regini Begum, and Violet Jota. Violet Jota is right at the back of this pack, being joined then by KF Rascal. And at the back in the green cells, Highest Aegis is there. Field kind of all spread, but within touch of each other. Garmuche and Hatha at the front now got a bit of a distance that we are now bridging and moving up on the inside to try and come and join them. We do indeed. And then not a great jump from us. Gamusha walks with a good jump, kind of taking them up and clear in second place. So we fight back. We're coming back into this. A couple of jumps left, half a mile. People getting into position. And it's all about who has the pace, and we do have the pace. Are we going to get blocked off? We are indeed going to get blocked off. That could have decided the race right there. We got blocked off. I think depending on how things go from here on out, that could have cost us the win. It looks like it might. Kurumos is going out and going clear. We're kind of falling off a little bit. Up into second place. I think we win if we don't get blocked off. Not great work from Tom there on beating a putter. Yeah, that's kind of a missed opportunity, to be honest. Yeah, I feel pretty hard done by there, if I'm honest. I think that's a race that we should have won. It was a quick race up against a solid horse or two. We do fit right in the midst of a 128, 127. I don't feel too bad about it. I don't feel crazy about it. I do feel that that's kind of a win. Which, a solid win in that novice. Not a great first race. And then a second, but should have been a win in a feature. I do think we should feel decent about that run. And about being a putter in general. And that's going to bring us then here from Kelso to Doncaster. Bit of a different. We got a pink triangle. Try not to overreact to that, but we're probably done. Drumster's not going to be running at full potential. We have seen a couple of these, though, still not cost us the race. But yeah, it's never good, so the follow us on Instagram. What a name of a race. That's horrendous. 2 mile 3 furlong novice hurdle. Class 2 race for 4-year-olds and above here at Doncaster. I don't know. I do not know. We will go out to the lead. We jump the first OK. Clear, free, and easy running back to Kid Vice. Molia Zara with a decent jump there. Itak Turk, a very dangerous horse, the grey, just there. Camera side, back to Coco's Attraction, and inside to Krillin Gladiator. Monty's Ward is last and unseen at this point. 3 at the back, up to 1 in space, and the lead 2. Dramster now just on the shoulder of Kid Vice. Not a great jump of 5 from us, but we are not detached, we are not out of it. And overall, not jumping too badly either. Dramster's a really, really nice horse that could do something if they can jump okay. And I think that's a big question with our horses. We're under a mile. Zara just falling back a tiny bit. Gladiator still holding on. The rest of the field, the other 3 are at the back. Monty's just about coming back into picture, but can they sustain? Can they do something? Half a mile from home, and we are going now with the field. Everybody going. Dramster doesn't really seem to be kicking on yet, but here they come then. Final 1.5 furlongs. Maloya Zara. Oh, that was weird. Maloya Zara with a big lead. Dramster coming into second place, fighting hard. Itak Turk, a very good horse. That is big favourite in this race. They come through into second. Monty's comes into third. We'd be fighting for first if we weren't sweating badly. I don't know if we win. We definitely come second. We definitely beat some good horses. Yeah, again, I don't feel despondent with that one. Sweating badly before the race, ran freely. Things just didn't quite work out for us. And 2 disappointing runs, but again, I don't think indicative of who the horses are. And yeah, maybe stuff that we shouldn't be fully worried about at this stage. Is that copium? I don't know. I don't feel it really is, but yeah, it's tough to tell sometimes. So you have your say on what you think of those first 2 races. I say getting blocked off, probably winning, and then being either winning or being like within a length of the winner if we weren't sweating badly and running freely. And that's kind of what I think. Kind of how I see it. But maybe you'll see it a different way. And that's good to get your viewpoints on it. A grade 1 winning 6-year-old. Okay. It's the second in the Guineas Juvenile. Wins a Derby Juvenile. Can't get the distance to get to the St. Ledger Juvenile. And then a couple of big races didn't really do amazing at. But it's a really interesting horse. It's only ever won 1 race. Second leg of a Triple Crown. And we can get it for 150 grand, I think we should. I think we should. A bit of stamina. Not too crazy. A grade on the top. The only winner, or the only graded race, but a few have got like semi-decent records, maybe not um, in great races. A mare that's only ever foaled one winner out of 35 races. That one's not even in graded racing. We don't love that. We don't love that. I'd say chances are high that this isn't a great horse, but for 150 grand to see a Grade 1 winner in an auction, I feel like we had to. So let's see. Yeah. Not amazing. Not amazing. If they came second in the Guineas and first in the Derby for 4-year-old for the juvenile Triple Crown, our 4-year-olds are better than that, which should give us some confidence, maybe a little confidence moving into those races in May. It should do. Does it? That's a question. That is a question. Like, should we be in this one? That's another question. A little grade 3 in France, only foreign horse, bunch of good-ish looking horses, couple of decently high graded horses here. Start off with a juvenile, a solid win, and a maiden with a small win. And to be fair, both of those horses are beaten, other horses in this field, covering most of the field. So I don't feel that I have too much to worry about apart from those two. That kind of makes sense to me. It also makes sense whether the second or third favorites. But yeah, we are favorite. We're tipped by everybody. Harriet's agitated, or slightly agitated. Marini is agitated, which is okay because they've got good form. I mean, everybody's got good form apart from Harriet's got 2/3 and Arca's got a 5th. And they're carrying condition, and Keen is slightly agitated anyway. So they're not really in the mix. Marini being agitated might slow them down a bit. That's good. But they're not the threats. Honeymoon Spirit and Simply Regalia are the threats. So, okay. Ordeal. 2 mile, 1 furlong, 110 yard. Pre-Dindy hurdle. Class 1, grade 3 for 4-year-olds upon the grass in France. I'm not sure if we're going to be running in the hurdles here. This is like a kind of a wild flyover where we are going through trees half the time. I wonder. We will be going out towards the front to begin with. Solid first jump then. And we got the Dodone Arca in second. Castarossa Harriet in third. Simply Regulier and driving Marini with Diamond Padme at the back off camera with Honeymoon Spirit as well. So Honeymoon we should expect to be a closer. We'll see maybe simply a Marini coming up quite strongly. Probably in half a mile time. We're closing in on a mile. We're halfway around the jumps. We've got a few lengths lead. We haven't kind of lost the pack, but we're not super far away. A couple of nice jumps there, though, for Castarossa and Honeymoon now coming into picture. Puts them in contention. As soon as I say that, though, we start moving out. And Azaka does drop off at the back. They're out of this. It is Honeymoon Spirit. There's Regalia. They also pull up with an injury. Spirit seems to be gone. The final furlong marker then on the home stretch, driving now for the finish line. Nobody in camera shot. We zoom right out. We pan a bit. And Honeymoon Spirit is the other quality in this field. Such a huge gap to third place. Padme will take it, but yeah, 12 and 3/4 lengths back is mad. Absolutely mad. So big win. Grade 3. I was going to say, got to imagine our rating jumps, and it does to a 138. And we know this horse is good. It's probably as good as it's going to be. There's no more potential to grow. Some of these bars may change. I see very minimal changes in general, but they're supposed to develop a little bit in the jump skim. But yeah, so close to a grade 1. Dominant at a grade 3. We're kind of finding our level and our distance. I think this could be really, really interesting. We got a 2-year-old as well. Already foaled by Purple Searcher. And it looks fairly decent, very reminiscent of the Dam. A little bit more cruising burst, distance adaptability, juvenile. Jumping ability, constitution, and potential. But like I say, a few of these can grow. That's not terrible. Okay. But a nice result and a grade 3. Yeah. Up to a 138. Second behind Caracan, who has their own fun race coming up. They're still unbeaten. I don't want to jinx this, but I really like this horse. I really like this horse. What are we gonna do? Oh. Okay. Well, we won. Yay. 72,000. Um. Okay. I mean, it kind of spoils our perfect record in a way. But it doesn't, because it's still a win, right? That's such a weird one. That is such a weird one. Like 2122 feels feels right. Do we throw in for this? Maybe. It's a 4-year-old only. It's kind of the same set that Purple Searcher had. Like 2-1, 110 yard, grade 3 for 4-year-olds. 120,000 purse. So, yeah, it's exactly the same as Purple Searcher had. We'll be close to the 2 months. 2 months. The 2 weeks in between races. So I think we'll be fine. That wasn't exactly tiring. Shouldn't have been. Yeah. I don't hate it. 2-3 didn't quite feel good. We win a 2-4. 2-5 looks good. 2-3 wasn't there. We got a 2-4. A little grade 2 with some big horses. Gabrielle is decent. Normally likes 2 miles. Balthazar, decent. Likes 2 miles. Kind of floats about, but I'm going to say Downviller probably likes 2 miles. Yeah. All these are 2 miles. Couple might be okay at 2-4. Might be. I don't feel that's the toughest race in the world. Maybe I'm bad. Am I mad? I feel like that's okay. Again, 2-2, 2-3. Doesn't sound terrible here either. If I go to France, I've got a shot. Yeah. And that's pretty much the only thing we do have. 21st. Kind of rules us out of the Guineas juvenile races on the 1st of May, right? Because that's going to be 11 days. Or 10 days. But that could be Caracan in the 2000 and could be Purple Searcher in the 1000. That's what that could be. Huh. That's going to be interesting. What's the 2-1? That's the only one there, and there's nothing at 2. Yeah, I kind of want to get you a run, but I don't want to take that run away for a grade 3. Four-year-old only, filly race, not great competition. that gives me 2 weeks before May. I think that's the move. Can't bring him out. Can only run flat, and he's got flat form, so he can't be used there. Does this feel right? Does this seem right? I think so. I think maybe. So close to being a grade 1. Okay. For cheap. Worth testing. Because if you're going to be playing on this schedule, which is available to download, it's like, when you see horses like this coming up at auction, how good might they be? And I think they're okay. But for a starting sort of early save, opening up your breeding barn, not importing horses in, I think for $250,000, there's a good sire and a good dam to get started with at least. But yeah, not a ton that I love when we've got horses of the quality we do have right now. But we have been building these up over time, so one of 3. Yeah, see, just not old enough to really see too much. Very hit and miss. Ugh. Kind of wanted to see, though, because if he had fooled anything, then I'd feel pretty good about it. Because I'd be able to say, well, maybe he breeds good, and then there's 2 of his foals sitting there at auction side by side. That would be good in that way. Not the case. O'Toole back again. Second of our grade 3s. 2 mile 1 furlong, 110 yards. We did get a win in the first, of course, up against Honeymoon Spirit, who will be tipped, will be amongst the favorites. We are a little lazy. Regalia very calm. Honeymoon Spirit looking well. Harriet lacks a little fitness. But yeah, pretty much the same kind of field. Same race course, same distance, same grade, same everything. But I think the competition level slightly higher just because they're in better shape collectively, and especially those top horses are in better shape. So Caracan, unbeaten, 2 wins and a walkover, is going to run this one now, and hopefully we'll do okay. We'll go into the front. First few jumps, not too shabby to be fair. We've got Dodoni Arca up front, Castarossa Harriet, into driving Marini on the inside of Simply Regalia and Honeymoon Spirit. That trio is deadly. 4 through 6. Back to the Chiba Lab and Diamond Padme with Sarita Patrol at the back off camera. Little over a mile left to go, halfway in the jumps. Going to start the second half now. Jump 7 on the back straight. Harriet moving up, Marini moving up. The big, bold grey on the near side might want to make a move. Good jump by Harriet. Arca is falling off. Here comes Honeymoon Spirit in the red. Very, very, very dangerous, fast horse. And Caracan is going. Patrol is down and out. They pulled up with an injury. Final furlong. Caracan is going for this. The Chief of Chief rides again. Strong, fast, pushing out, dominant, distancing over a good horse. We've had 2 win these grade 3s in France over the same horse. And the distances may not play out, but that to me was a more impressive run. Slightly, but a more impressive run. And Caracan will take this. Honeymoon Spirit, second in 2 races. Very solid. Very, very solid. I like that at all. We do jump to a 150. That's not bad on a 4-year-old. A 150. Unbeaten. Little laid back, little lazy. In places. But does like that kind of 2 mile 2, 2 mile 1 range. And that is where we start the Triple Crown. It's 2-2, then it's 2-4, then it's 3 miles. 2-2 seems good. 2-4, maybe a little trickier. And then we do have like 3 months, 3.5, to get up to the 3 miles. So, yeah. That's definitely going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting. But I think unless Dramster does something magical, I think Caracan is the 2000 guinea juvenile horse. That being said, we could run Dramster and Caracan in the 2000 guineas, and we could run Peanut Butter and Purple Searcher in the 1000 guineas. That could be an idea. Double down in both first legs of the Triple Crown. I wouldn't be against that. I don't think that's amazing, but I wouldn't be against that. And we got Dramster. Let's see what they can do. Trip to the Emerald Isle in the rain. 2 miles, 4 furlongs. Keeling's Irish Strawberry Hurdle. It is a Class 1, Grade 2 for 4-year-olds. I don't know how tough this field really is. It feels pretty tough. We're the rank outsider. It's on the Irish turf in the rain. We do start at the back of the pack. Flip the camera as we start moving up towards the front then, in behind the leaders. Spoke Desire, Bluebell Strait, Valiant, Tire. Caleb Santos on the outside, grabbing their spot up as well. We're in the mix though. Back to Lambas Gabriel. Very good horse, outcrop size, and Dan Villa Choosy as well. But we're in touch with the Stalkers, and we haven't come a crop of any issues so far. We did navigate the group pretty well. We didn't get blocked off. Jumping hasn't been great so far, and again, it is a little bit of worry with this horse especially and Peanut Butter. Those are the 2 that just seem not amazing at times. I'm really hoping that they gain a little more consistency and a little more kind of skill with that as they age up. Front 4 now then at the 6 furlong marker. Spoke Desire, Valiant Tire on our outside. We're being joined by Bluebell Spray. And we do drop back a little bit here but a nice jump. We are going to get blocked off slightly there, though. And again, this could be a big factor in if we can do anything. I feel like we've got more pace than we're showing in this one. It's not going to come to fruition. Outcrop says, from Lambast Gabriel, Bluebell Spray. And it is kind of as expected. Not in the order I thought, but these are two of the best horses in this field. But yeah, very difficult to predict. Yeah, I do feel this was a very good field. Interesting to see what the jockey says. Just struggling in the class here. So I think a lot of things were right. That is a difficult race to win. So let's go and see what Purple Searcher can do then. I don't mind Dramster at 2-4 for the hurdle. I don't mind not for the hurdle, for the derby. But I don't love them in the guineas. Purple Searcher seems built for the guineas. Again, I'm not sure about further distances. But this does seem to be one of our star horses right now. Caracan, Purple Searcher. This is the Fillies Juvenile Hurdle. It's a juvenile handicap. Class 2, 4-year-olds. Rated as a G3 without being a grade 3 at all. 2 miles, 1 furlong. On the turf. A little bit of a delayed reaction then from the big, beautiful grey. In the middle of the pack. An Infinite Entry does move up. We do go alongside and take over the lead. Annabelle Mirror with a decent start, dropping back, leading for a moment, and then back with Racy Nippig Jump and Famcred Nala. Solid start up the hill on towards the back stretch. Jump 3 is okay. Nothing crazy. A little bit of a lead, a couple of lengths, and a couple of lengths back after Infinite Entry. They now start moving a little further back. The pack slowly disappearing from view, but we come downhill. Annabelle Mirror making a little bit more of a run. Sweeping left-hand turn at the bottom of the hill. We've got 2 more jumps to go. And here come the challengers from deep. Annabelle doesn't jump well. They're kind of out of it. Purple Searcher running this one really, really well. Onto the home stretch now then. One final jump. Looks like Annabelle's going to try and come for this. We jump well, though. At the final furlong marker, it's about a 6 or 7 length lead. We just storm on down the home stretch, fighting for the line in front of the crowds. Purple Searcher up the slight climb is gonna take this with a decent winning margin over the field. I like that. 6 lengths in front. Pretty solid race. I just like the horse. I feel comfortable running both Purple Searcher and Caracan. There's no doubt in my mind why they ended up with a grade 3s. Now, I like Peanut Butter and I like Dramster, but I'm not sure. Just not sure how good they really are. So I think Caracan and Purple Searcher will be the bid for the 4-year-old Triple Crown. But as I say, that doesn't mean that we can't also include the other 2. Although Dramster Peanut Butter are not showing me too much right now. Okay then. Solid start. I don't think I want the 2-year-old, but I'm always tempted by the auctions. You know me. Peanut Butter. I hope this distance is right. I think it is. I think it is, but we gotta run it to find out. Then again, of course. Lizzie? Just very calm. That's not the worst in the world. Okay. It doesn't look like a great field, does it? I mean, if we don't win this, then I don't know. It's a campaign. Francais? 2 mile, 3 furlong, pre-hopper chase. Class 1, grade 3 for 4-year-olds. And like I say, we should be overwhelmingly favourite. We are. Been a little unlucky with this horse in places, especially that last race. A chance to put a grade on this horse. We will start at the front with the grey of, again, Driving Marini, who is a solid horse. We know this is a solid horse, and we've beaten it a couple of times with other horses in our barn, so we're able to kind of rank our horses based on what we've done against Marini. I think that kind of makes sense to me. We should be this way. I don't know why I flipped the camera again. Not a great jump there from us, but only about a third of the way round. Toshiba Lab is there in third. Dark Horse, Yellow Silks, back to Cayman's Alchemy, who is just at the back of camera range. Couple of poor jumps, though, have sent us back a little bit. We do get up at 10. Are we doing a figure 8? Because it feels like we're facing inside then outside. I haven't noticed it, but it does kind of feel that way, and it is that way, isn't it? I feel like it is that way. Because these camera angles and everything. There we go. We're going to this side of the figure 8. Couple more jumps to go then. 2.5 from home. Marini's going to start to come a little bit, but isn't really gaining. We'll kind of see where the charge comes from. Final furlong marker. We've got about a 6-length lead. Marini is closing. But are they closing quickly enough? It doesn't look like they are at all. And it's another win over Marini for us. Peanut Butter with this one. That's going to be Toshiba Lab. And I don't even know how far back that horse was. 38. Wow. Quite a way back. But yeah, we know Marini. We know it's a solid horse, but not a great horse. So Purple Searcher beat some better horses. Marini was a 134. Dipped down to a 119. Ran pretty decently behind Caracan. And then close up with Peanut Butter. I wonder from these as well if Marini wants to be a 2-3, 2-4, and this really did suit. And so the fact that Caracan was twice the distance kind of makes me think that Peanut Butter is possibly similar. Possibly. Yeah, this could have just been like a really bad race, plus not persevered. But Purple Searcher, I definitely feel is a good horse. I definitely feel that's a really good horse. So yeah, Searcher 1. This is gonna annoy me, to be fair. This is gonna annoy me because we were so close to getting that grade 1. but I do think it's our best. Caracan 2, Peanut Butter 3, Dramster 4, not what I expected at all. But yeah, that does bring us now in range for the 2-2s just around the corner. Now, what we can do is we can run them in this no matter what. I don't know if I want to do this, but I think we're going to set this up for right now. I think we're going to set this up right now in this way. I think so. And then when I get here, I can kind of decide whether or not to do this. It's going to be like 9 days or 10 days. I don't know exactly how I feel about that. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I got the 2 fillies in the 1,000 juvenile. And I got the 2,000 juvenile for the boys. I think that does kind of fit. Yeah, grade 3 with a good win. Grade 3 with a good win. Grade 3 with a really good win, almost a grade 1. And the grade 2 was too much, maybe a touch too far. I don't know, but also older horses. Really difficult to judge. But I would be surprised if there were many better than us as 4-year-olds, which means at least a 2-2 and 2-4. We should be okay, because 2-2 should be Caracan and Purple Searcher. We're kind of proven at about 2-1. 2-2's not bad. We're about there. I think the Guineas juveniles are going to be kind of right in their wheelhouse. We move then up for the Derby, of course, which would be probably Dramster at 2-4. They're around that. And Peanut Butter as well is around that. So yeah, I think they have more of a shot. And we really need people to jump for distance if we're going to get up to the 3 mile for the St. Ledger juveniles. Don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, we could continue to race this way. And the fact that we do have the Derby Oaks and the Derby itself, and we have the St. Ledger and the St. Ledger Oaks, means we could just separate them out and have them all run. The 2 boys in one set and the 2 girls in the other. This is mixed. It's going to be a bit more difficult to win, but I would still possibly count the Phillies Triple Crown. I think that just feels kind of right. It kind of feels kind of right. It gives us more chances to win something that we value as well. So yeah, I think that's kind of what we're gonna aim for. Again, let me know, do you agree, disagree? What would you think? Do you think that we're right to count them as Triple Crowns or not? Should we be more strict with it or not? Interested to hear your opinions, but like I say, this is like brand new, tested, but not really played through, if that makes a sense. Like, I've tested it and seen, do horses follow the pathways? Are they good game breds? Are there decent horses in auction? Competition levels, can I steamroller it with a good horse, or do I need a great horse to even compete at the top end? And those sort of things have been tested, but as far as individual races and Triple Crowns, not as much. So yeah, feedback on all that. If you're playing it yourself as well, feedback from your games. I've just heard back on the US Triple Crown. The fact we've got 9 Triple Crowns on the US schedule, and some people are already playing through and they're winning multiple Triple One Crowns, but they are being challenged by the distances. I like that. Even if you've got a monster horse, distances in our US save, we kind of struggled in places, but we were unlucky. We probably should have walked away with 2, maybe even 3 Triple Crowns. They might have all been on the same horse. So your feedback from playing these schedules is key as well. Go ahead, download them. Videos on the tips, tricks, cheats, and tutorials playlist we've got for Starters Order 7, as well as how to install the Start It mod, which is needed for the schedules. I'm still trying to find some time, block off some time to do some testing, and really to build a default schedule that you won't need Start It for. So there is that idea still to come, but I do appreciate the support and all the feedback on all that. Please do hit that like and subscribe button. It really massively helps the channel. It takes a second, doesn't cost a cent or a penny. So please go ahead and do that. Check out the other playlists and memberships available on the channel. And I'll see you next time for more fun and games as we step back into this first Triple Crown race in our UK jump save. And the meeting, as I say, we're coming up to now in May, is our first look at the Ascot National Hunt Cup. Dunkirk, Monksfield, Persian War, Istabrac, Cairo Star. We're going to see who wins, and kind of, I think I'm just going to add all the winners of all these races, this entire meeting, and then in mid-June, all these winners, we're going to follow them all, unless they're geldings. And then, like I say, I think it's somewhere in October. Nope, September 20th and 19th. Shot a little far. Then the Aintree National Hunt meeting. So we're coming to the first of these 3 big meetings with all these races we've added. Yeah, I feel that will be kind of interesting. And I think the last thing to do here, which I almost forgot about, what kind of needs to be done, it's a gelding. Sadly, I do feel like UK has a ton of geldings, and then not much else does. But yeah, I do think, if I can, is making sure we're adding all the ones we can to our watch list in case they come up at auction, because I'd love to know what a Grand National winner looks like in the game. And it might not be much. We know that might be the case. We're fully on board. We understand. Not a problem. But I want to see. And then again, here at the Gold Cup, because we'd love to have a runner and both the Cheltenham Gold Cup and then at Aintree for the Grand National. I think that would be really cool to have. So to get an idea of what it takes to win, that'll be nice. That gives us an idea, like I say, of what levels we need to be at. So yeah, join back in for that. We've just gone past those races. We've had the Dublin Racing Festival, Cheltenham Festival, and the Grand National at Aintree. Now moving on to the Ascot National Hunt Cup and the first legs of the Triple Crowns. Then we'll move on a month and a half later for Cheltenham National Hunt Cup meeting and the second legs of the Triple Crowns, finishing off with the Triple Crown third legs as part of the National Hunt Cup meeting at Aintree in mid-September. That's what's coming up. I hope you stay for it. I hope you enjoy it. And if you are, again, playing through this, please do give me feedback. I will see you next time, though. Till then, take care, stay safe, all the best to you. And I wish you so much luck and so much joy running these races. I hope that you really enjoy the schedule, because it does feel pretty good to me. And I think as we get more successful and we're getting used to it and the pathways we need to build to get to certain races, I think that's just going to keep ascending. So hopefully next video, we have a lot of fun with the Triple Crowns. I'll see you then.